Oh shit, am I live yet? Is this thing on? Fair enough. I'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody shows up. If you want to join in, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. And I would like if Bree is watching this now or watches this later, I would like to thank her very much for alleviating my fears that I had a bunch of goddamn termites in my house. They're just carpenter ants, and they don't seem to be doing any kind of damage to the wood. So, thank you for clarifying that. I did not know what they were. I had never seen ants like that with the transparent wings on. But I've got to do something to get rid of them because they're all in my bathroom. So get some ant bait or something like that because they're supposed to take the ant bait back to the queen and that'll kill the whole colony. So, but I hadn't seen them around here before about 6 or 7 years ago. There were just black ants in the yard that didn't have wings, and I didn't much worry about them. So, but thank you, Bree, for alleviating my anxiety about that shit. Cause yeah, a lot of my house has got wood paneling and stuff like that in it. And if there were termites, oh man, that'd have been a world of pain for me. So, oh hey, Crypta, how are you doing tonight? Oh yeah, Bree knows her bugs, man. I mean, I'm just saying, she knows bugs and spiders, and she knows a lot about snakes. And yeah, if you got a question about insects, go to Bree. Ask her about it. Yeah. Hive Signs. Hive Sci is her channel. SCI. Hive SCI is her channel. And she talks about other shit too. She'll talk about cryptids and UFOs and all kinds of stuff like that. So, but yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to hop up, Crypto, I think I pinned the link to the top of the chat. If it's stuck, I don't know. YouTube's being kind of weird, and StreamYards is too for that. To, yeah, they're both being weird. They keep changing their terms of service. And how am I? I'm not going to read all that shit. I didn't read it in the first place. I'm not going to read it now. So what's the point? Excuse me. Oh, well, that's good. That's good that they caught it. Yeah, termites will wreak havoc on your house. Yeah, they are not something to play with. So you want to get rid of them as fast as you can, or they will do serious damage. Okay. Well, you do you, Crypto. I'm just saying. If you wanna, come on up. The stream I did early this morning, we talked about food most of the time. So I couldn't shut up about it. I said, no, we're not going to talk about it anymore. And then all of a sudden I started talking about it some more. but but yeah, Bree helped me out a lot. I was stressing. I was like, are these termites or are these just some kind of ant? And they were carpenter ants. So that's better than termites. But I'm gonna get rid of them somehow. I'll figure something out. Give me some spray. Give me some ant baits. Oh, Vic and Mrs. T came on last night. And we were talking about stuff, and then we started talking about fucking food again. but it's okay. It's okay. If that's what you want to talk about, we can talk about it. I just had a nap, woke up, and drank me some coffee, and had me a cigar, and figured I'd go live again. Why not? Surprise everybody. As far as I know, we don't have work tomorrow. So I called him today and he said, no, we ain't got nothing planned for tomorrow unless some kind of disaster happens. Which, a cow jailbreak or a goat escape or, something like that happens. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow. Except sit around and get drunk. Which, that's my hobby. Good to have a hobby. Keeps you from getting bored. So. And I'm trying to grow me my marijuana plants, but it keeps getting hot and then it'll get cold and then it'll get hot and then it'll get cold and it kills them off. And all the ones I've got to come up and like to produce are males. So there's that. That's kind of crappy. So well, let me say hey to everybody that's watching, everybody that might be lurking around out there. Good to see you or not see you. Anybody who wants to hop up is welcome to hop up. Crypta says she'll be here in a minute, so we'll see. I'm just sitting here drinking beers and watching crappy movies because that's all that's on HBO right now. The new episode of The Last of Us came on tonight, and yeah, the shit's getting dark. The shit's getting real dark. The uh, season finale is next week, so we'll see how dark it gets. Well, I got HBO to watch uh, House of the Dragon, and that's a pretty good show.
Well, if it's getting too dark, you could always turn the contrast up.
Well, that's fair. That is a fair statement. Well, it's based on a video game, and I never played the video game, so I don't know how accurate it is to the video game.
Not very.
Okay, well, that's fair. But I mean, it's a good show. It's got Pedro Pascal in it, and it's got that girl who played the Lord of Bear Island in it. and some other people that I recognize, but I can't think of their names. So, but I mean, I like the show. I like the show pretty good.
I'm not very good with actors and actresses' names. I'm terrible with it.
Oberon, the guy that got his head crushed by the mountain in Game of Thrones. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, the last season was terrible.
Oh yeah, it was horrible. It took them 2 years to make it, and they just shit the bed. So I don't know what was going on there, but you know. But yes, the guy that played Oberon, the you killed my sister, you killed my
You raped my sister.
yeah, there you go. There you go. That guy. Yeah, that's Pedro Pascal. And then the Bear Island, the little girl that was the ruler of Bear Island. I can't think of her character name right now.
I don't think I've seen that show.
Okay. Well, no, she was in Game of Thrones. Yeah. They went to her and asked for her help, and she was like, why?
When was this?
It was the fourth or fifth season that they went to her and asked for her help. I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched Game of Thrones, but it's got two people from the Game of Thrones in it. And it's weird, man. It's weird. Like it's a fungus that's among us. And it's turned us into like zombie things. So, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad show.
Yeah, it takes after the idea of ants.
Oh yeah, I read about that the ants would get infected and like attached to a leaf, and there was some kind of fungus that would make them do whatever it wanted them to do. Yeah.
There's more than just one. There's quite a fair few.
Oh really? Well, damn. Maybe I ought to check the house and make sure there's no fungus in the house.
No, that fungus hasn't gotten that advanced. It can't actually attack a highly complex brain yet.
Excuse me. Oh, okay. So it can't like take root in your head and just take over. So that's good to know. That's good to know.
Well, there's the key word of yet.
Yeah. Look. It hasn't adapted yet. Yeah, I get you.
Or it hasn't been worked on by China yet.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's always that. We can screw around with it, and it gets out of control. So there you go.
Like the CCP bug.
What's that?
The event that happened 2 years ago, it actually has been proven to come from a lab.
Oh, okay. That, yeah.
Yeah, the C word. You can't really mention it.
No, I just call it the plague. I mean, that works. They don't really know what you're talking about if you say plague. So
it's the CCC bug because it was done by the CCP.
Right.
That way it's accurate and you're not spreading false information.
Exactly. You're not causing a panic or whatever. Or, whatever fucking YouTube says. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm not speaking hearsay or anything else. It actually has been announced officially. So this is not something that's there's a possibility or anything else like that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that it, has been confirmed. So, but I mean, if you think about the CDC in Atlanta, how much shit have we got locked up in there that could potentially,
Sorry.
potentially.
Somebody wants attention.
Who? What?
Didn't you hear the meow?
Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah. Do what you got to do. I'm glad you
No,
came up, man. I appreciate you being here.
no, she's laying right in front of me, and she just rolled in front of the microphone and went meow, as
I
in
thought I
pat
heard.
me.
I thought I heard something. But
Yes, my lord and master wanted pats because I haven't patted her in 2 minutes.
look, yeah, you don't own the cat. The cat owns you. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Well, when
I've
you come
had
down to it, cats are not domesticated.
no, not really.
They're only semi-domesticated, and they actually domesticated us when you go into exactly how they came into our lives.
Oh, sure. What is that Egyptian goddess of the cats? Bast.
No,
That's
no,
who it
before
is.
that, we're talking about how they actually came into our society.
Well, some of them didn't try to eat us. I think that's how it worked.
No, when we switched from a hunter-gatherer society to an agrarian society, we started to encourage pests and rodents to actually appear and eat our food. Now,
Mhm.
say if you're a farmer and then you see this furry thing chasing the thing that's actually eating your crop, would you want it to go away or would you want to encourage it to stay?
Oh yeah, yeah. Stay, please stay.
Yeah, so you would avoid it. You would actually let it go about its own thing, and you wouldn't try and harm it or run it off. You would just go, okay, you are a helpful thing. I'm just going to let you do your thing.
Okay.
Now, add kittens into the mix and children. Oh,
Oh my
maybe
God.
if we start feeding these things, they'll actually come around and stick more around us. So the cuteness factor comes into it, and then suddenly you've got them living in the house, then going out and murdering mice. Progressed a few generations later, then they basically really lord over the house.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean
So,
that's one thing cats are good at is murder. Yeah.
but that's the thing, as you can see, the way it tracks and the way it goes through history, we didn't domesticate them, they domesticated us.
hmm
That's why cats are only semi-domesticated, and when you get down to it, there's not very much difference in all of the species of cats out there when it comes to the domestic cat.
Oh yeah, you've got to have highly specialized breeding to get like Siamese or something like that. Otherwise, they're just calicos, more or less. Yeah.
They're moggies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. That they're not. They might look a little bit different, like an Oriental looks different to a Burmese and a, but they're all about the same size. They all have very, very similar body shape. Whereas when you compare to dogs, you look at their skeletons and they almost look like different species.
hmm hmm
Whereas in a cat is a cat.
Yeah. The only kind of cat that really freaks me out is those that they have bred to be hairless because they look like great big rats. I mean, they do. I'm just saying they do. But that's like selective breeding, you know.
It's good to actually have them because there are people who suffer from allergies, and it's nice to have the option to have that sort of thing as a companion.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get it, but they still look weird. I'm just saying.
I can't disagree there, but the Cornish Rex looks all right.
Hmm?
The Cornish Rex, it's another type of hairless cat that it's different to the Sphinx, the one you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There are about 9 species of hairless cats.
Hmm. I'm just saying they
The
look weird. I'm
the
just saying.
nicest one, I think, is definitely the Sevastopol.
Oh, okay.
It looks like an Oriental cat, so it doesn't look like a hairless rat. Yeah, I
Okay.
can't deny it. They do look terrible.
So how'd your weekend go, man?
Same old, same old. I've got a new ulcer on the arm of some sort, which came I have no idea from.
Oh shit.
It's probably probably the metal in my body decided that they wanted to tear a hole, and it's only just worked its way out.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm.
To me, it's just normal.
Right. I get it. If it ain't one thing, it's something else. So yeah, I can relate. So.
Oh, what can I say? I'm a little screwed.
You didn't have to put it like that.
Well, I am. I can show you a picture too.
Oh, no, that's all right. You don't have to.
I've got 22 kilos of metal and plastic holding me together, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, okay. You
So when
know.
I say I'm a little screwed, I mean it in a literal sense.
So you're part cyborg. That's what I'm getting here. You're part cyborg.
I wish. I keep asking them for that laser cannon for my right arm, but they just never want to agree with it. It just, why not? At least a grappling arm?
Yeah, something. I mean, come on. Yeah.
We have the technology.
Man, I loved that show back in the day. That was
Someone
fun.
got the reference.
Yeah. I liked the $6 million man, and I liked the Bionic Woman, the one with what was her name? Shit, I can't think of her name right now. But yeah, the blonde. Yeah, they made her into one too. So, do you know
Then they,
Andre the Giant? Do you know
yes,
Andre the Giant was in that show?
no, I didn't know Andre the Giant was in that.
Do you remember the bionic alien Bigfoot? That was Andre the Giant.
Interesting.
Yeah. The bionic alien Bigfoot was Andre the Giant. Yeah, I was a big Andre the Giant fan back in the day. Until his knees gave out on him and he couldn't wrestle no more. So,
Bigfoot
but
was
I was
played
still
by
a fan
two
of
different
him.
actors, well known for their extraordinary height. And Andre the Giant originated the role in the initial two-parter, followed by Ted Cassidy in all other appearances.
Okay. Well, so he was the original one. But yeah, then they got somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I knew he was in the like two-parter thing.
That's where he played it, and then every other time he showed up, he was actually someone else.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, did you ever see Conan the Destroyer?
I might have, but I don't remember it, sorry.
There was a big green monster at the end, and that was played by Andre the Giant.
Yeah, but the $6 million man was well before my time anyway. I've seen it, but not when I was...
Yeah, nobody knows what that is. The $6 million what? It would be like the fucking $6 trillion man now, if they did some shit like that.
So. It'd be billion, not really trillion.
Well, I exaggerate sometimes, so
Only sometimes.
Yeah, it would be a whole lot more money than $6 million. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they didn't take into account inflation very well, did they?
No, not really. But yeah, I mean, it was in the 70s. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
I wasn't around then. I missed 70s.
I was born in 73.
The year it came out. That might explain a lot.
Yeah, it could be.
And for some reason, I can predict your favorite movie.
What?
The Princess's Bride.
Oh yeah, that's a really good movie. That is a really good movie.
And Crypteria is backstage.
Oh, is she? Oh well, I didn't hear the beep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I did not hear the beep. We were talking about
It's okay,
nerd shit.
darling. It's okay. No, no, no. I was listening and I was like, no,
We were
I
talking about nerd shit. I
loved
mean, you know.
wrestling as a kid. I loved wrestling as a kid. And I loved Andre.
Oh yeah, Andre the Giant was great, and he let Hulk Hogan beat him in that last match because he could have
Yeah.
just fell on Hulk Hogan, and you know it'd have been over.
I remember
was-
playing that on the playground with the guys. I was like, you know, the one female wrestler. I loved it though. Like, I think I still have my sticker book of all of it. Like,
Oh, I watched a documentary about Andre the Giant, and you know the 16-ounce beer cans. He would pick one up, and it would look like it was a shot glass in his hand. Yeah, I mean he was huge.
well, I grew up with a big farm boy, and his nickname was Andre, just because it's so like,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, and The Princess Bride is such a funny movie because my theater class in university, that was like the movie.
oh yeah.
Like in third year, that was like, it was like a cult film. Like it was like every reference, and you know, like it was like a secret code. Like we would have like little screenings of it.
I don't think
I
that
spent
word means what you
We
said.
were trying to recreate it. We just couldn't find the cast. You know.
I spent several years building up a resistance to iocane powder.
Yeah. It's such a dumb movie too, but it's
As
so
you wish.
brilliant.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Inconceivable.
It's almost as quotable as Monty Python.
Mm. I love Monty Python. I absolutely love Monty Python. Did you know they almost lost all of their footage?
Oh yeah, the BBC would erase old tapes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
wanted to like record rugby over it.
Hmm. That
I bet
happened to
they're
Doctor
kicking
Who too.
themselves now, like fuck, like oh, you BBC. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happened to a bunch of old Doctor Who shows too.
Oh yeah, those are hard to track down. Like there's some that are like sometimes like some surface because someone recorded something and they'll
Mhm.
find it like in a, you know, their closet, like, oh yeah, hey, I found this, you know.
My father was a massive Whovian, and I have every single Doctor Who episode before 1993 on Betamax.
Oh
Oh,
my god, that is so
have
cool.
you got a player? Have you got a Betamax player?
No, I've been looking for one for years.
Oh my god, I might. Oh god, if you were closer, I could trace you one. Like, no, I'm in technology communities that resource equipment,
Ah.
so I could probably find one.
Okay.
If I could find one that the issue is, I don't want to just find an original Betamax player. I want something that can play Betamax that I can modify so I can digitize everything on there and convert it to a computer, because I can build that. I have the knowledge to do it. I just don't want to get a collectible Betamax thing and destroy it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll eat it. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah.
No, it's not the matter of
Yeah.
eating it. What I mean by a collectible Betamax thing is some of those
It's
Betamax machines
it's
are.
big. Like that's really cool. That's a really cool.
What I want to do is find just a crappy Betamax player that I can modify and basically destroy the Betamax player and convert it and change it from just playing Betamax to a conversion machine that actually will record the Betamax onto digital, so I can put it onto a computer, and then I can send some of the lost episodes back to the BBC so that they have original copies of it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Huh.
the community would totally appreciate that because so much has been lost. And you might have some lost episode.
I know I've got some lost episodes.
Oh my god, it's like the Holy Grail.
The problem is they're Betamax.
Exactly. This is like a Monty Python sketch. Like,
Yeah, first time my father recorded with an obscure technology that.
yeah, he did. Yeah, let's just. And Beta was actually pretty good, but it just VHS won out.
Cheaper to manufacture and easier to distribute. It's more of a cost thing.
I got rid of all mine. I lived in a kind of a contaminated place. And so bugs like to hide and stuff like that. So I just got rid of everything.
Mm.
Mine are in a.
It hurt. Yeah.
It's
Just
actually
getting
in a
rid of
sealed
everything.
metal box.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just that's what happens sometimes in the city. You like, move into a bad place and you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I had an old
It's like New
computer.
York or something like, you know?
Yeah, I had an old computer, and I opened it up because I was gonna like do some repairs on it. Bugs all in that motherfucker, and I was like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit!"
they like them.
Mm-hmm. It's the glue or something that they like to
There's
munch
something, or I think they're just aliens and they like technology and they
on.
like to fuck over your life. Like, no, Victoria too, like, it just has like so many issues with stuff. So, whatever you can't spray with poison, you toss out and burn, you know?
Mhm. Kill it with fire, exactly. Kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Beams
my
is
big,
a smart guy. I mean, if you got any kind of questions you want to ask him, he's fucking way smarter than I am.
Who?
Beamsy.
Yeah. You are
He's
brilliant.
super fucking smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like an honor to meet you tonight. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like bringing people together. I'm just saying, you know.
but when it comes down to it, the biggest issue is I live in Australia, so that makes it very difficult to find stuff like Betamax.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm in Canada, so I could, you know, it's expensive to ship, but I could help you find something. Like there's so much around. Like, no, really, I can really find this stuff.
As long as it's something that's not collectible and doesn't, and no one will cry if I got the thing and turned it into a digital converter.
No. It just would take a bit to find and a bit to ship, but
That doesn't bother me. If you can find it and get me in contact
I'll
with the
start
person with it.
looking. I'll start looking. I'm sure, like, I will put the word out, you know,
If you
and
can find
especially
something,
if it's for a worthy cause, like Doctor Who.
yeah, I'm
Oh no!
not going to
Like,
make any
if I
money off
put
of it.
that call out, like, you know, I might be able to, like.
the idea is actually to return what is theirs. That way, they can either re-release it or do whatever they want with it. Because I'm not going to release it myself because it's not mine. It's just a matter of it's lost, and it would be better to return it to its original owners.
Well, all us fans love it. Like it's such a kick hearing like the South African ones that came out. Like there were some lost episodes that came out from South Africa from Doctor Who, and it was like, this is awesome. Like, you know, like you have gold there.
Yeah, but like I said,
fun fact.
If
Well,
you
go
can
ahead,
get
Vic.
if you can find one and get me in contact with them, I can organize payment and all that for the person. That way, I can organize the shipping as well. That's not a problem because I can kind of cheat. Being ex-military, there are jets that fly between Australia and Canada every so often, so I can get.
We'll figure something out. Like, I'll talk to Rex. Like, we'll all organize that offline.
Oh, well, you can put it in the private chat if you want to.
Yeah,
That way, just
Well,
we can.
I'll send you the thing on Discord so you can send it to him. Okay.
Okay. Are you on Discord, Beamsy?
Yeah, I'm in Amy's chat. A mod there, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then we're connected, and you can DM me.
We'll figure this out.
We'll figure it out. Oh, and fun fact, I wanted to say this a little bit earlier. Doctor Who was created by a woman. Did you know that?
Interesting. No.
Yeah. I watched a documentary on how Doctor Who came to be, and it was created by a woman in the BBC. And she pushed like hell to get the thing done, and it got done.
Well, I love it. It's like it's my mom. She grew up in a really religious household, like really religious. But Doctor Who was a show she was allowed to watch. You know, back in the time, and in high school, it just when I watched it, it was so out there and crazy. I would like. I still love it, you know. I just so busy with work, I haven't caught up with the new stuff.
Well, I like Go ahead.
Sorry. Unfortunately, the new
ahead.
stuff isn't that good.
No, not really. I like the old stuff with the guy with the really long multicolored scarf. What was his name?
I like the original black and white, like that, you know. And it's also if I have that connection with my mom, because we disconnect on so many things, but I know like we always have that parallels in our lives. Like we all love the Beatles and Doctor Who. And do you have a cat?
Yeah,
Yes.
his cat is demanding attention right now. Right now.
Hello, kitty.
But yeah, that's how I made a lot of my friends, over old TV shows and old music and stuff like that. We would have a connection and we'd become friends because we could sit there and talk about it.
Well, YouTube's been a little weird lately, but that's okay. Connections are connections and they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, you know, the VIX. Like seeing you on the VIX, I was like,
oh,
yeah, like, okay. It's like you're part of the hometown. You're kin.
Well, I appreciate that. I've known him for a little while, a couple of months, and yeah, we get along pretty good. They were
They're
on
good
the panel
people.
last night, or yesterday, or this morning, or however you want to look at it. But
I've
yeah,
just I've been so busy with work. Like yesterday, I got off work at noon
mhm.
and I slept until 4 a.m.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I could.
Well, the weather here has been so shitty the past week that we've done a bunch of cleanup, and luckily, luckily, none of the cows or the goats or the pigs have escaped where they need to be.
Well,
But I
good.
don't know. Yeah, it's been windy and rainy and just nasty as shit up here.
Aw,
So yeah,
poor
and
cows.
well, the cows are all right. You know,
Yeah, I
they're
know.
delicious. So I'm just saying.
They are delicious. It just,
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And we're either going to start planting vegetables at the end of the month or at the beginning of April. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what the weather does. Because it's
yeah.
been a weird weather. So,
Has the weather been weird in Australia?
Rather, but it's always weird in Australia.
Okay.
hmm.
And
Well, I mean,
yes, I do have a copy of War Machines. That's the one of the South African episodes. I was actually going through the
Nice.
oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes. Thank you.
season 3.
Yes. Thank
Well,
you.
when did the doctor first change, first regenerate? Was it at the end of season two or was it the end of season one?
I thought it was until season 6 because I thought the first Doctor was all the way through.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not. I'm just. I've had a few beers. I'm just saying, so I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
no worries. And also it's Doctor Who. It's gonna get confusing. I've I'm more like a Star Trek fan. Don't shame me.
Oh no, I like Star Trek. I like Doctor Who and Star Trek and Star Wars and uh, mm, what
Yeah,
else?
I love sci.
Stargate.
Oh, you know what? Stargate? I almost worked on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was filmed around here. Yep.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
That's what it looks like where I live. Big trees in the ocean.
Oh, let me say hey to Glenn and Rogue. How are y'all doing? Hope you had a good weekend. The link's pinned if you want to join in for a minute or so. We're just talking nerd shit. We're talking nerd shit today.
That's not yours. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking to your cat?
Yeah, because I got the box out, she's now rubbing up against the box and going, mine, mine, mine.
Mine.
No, you are not going in there. That's much more important.
Oh, kitties like boxes. So mine was like a dragon, and she would like if she wanted into something or she wanted something, she just shred it. She ate a coach purse.
Now
I
I
will
need to
make
Okay,
a
see.
hole.
you know what a coach purse is? Yeah. Oh, my little dragon princess, you were so expensive. She lived to 17. She almost made it to 6 after that purse. Like, I'm sorry, but no, I actually just at the time was like, okay, whatever. Hopefully it was a knockoff, you know.
And Rex, the first Doctor lasts until season 4.
Season 4. Oh, okay. Okay. Excuse me. Well, I had a VHS copy of The Hobbit, the old cartoon one, and my niece,
I love that one.
yeah, my niece got into the box I had it in, and she destroyed the tape, the VHS
Oh
tape.
no.
Oh yeah, I mean it made me angry and sad at the same time. But she was my niece, and I couldn't be mad at her. She was like 4. She didn't know what she was doing.
But it's probably on YouTube or, online somewhere.
Yeah, I
I
can
You
find
can
it if I
find a
want to.
copy. Yeah. That one was, I like that one.
Yeah.
It was odd, but so were hobbits.
Well, yeah. So was so was the story. So yeah.
I liked it because when you read the appendix of Lord of the Rings, it came from his experience in the World Wars.
Yeah.
And it still resonates today. Like I still read it once a year more than the Bible. Like I'll read scripture every day, but I have that dedication to the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
You
Well, The
know,
Hobbit. The
yeah,
Hobbit is only like 300 and 350 pages or something like
yeah,
that.
it's not long, but
Yeah,
also,
it's not long.
I do them all like, you know, it's like almost, it's a metaphor for our history.
And then you go see the Rings of Power and just go, what the hell have they done with his legacy?
I
Oh,
know,
I have
I
not
know,
watched
I know.
any
I,
of that.
I, I can't even watch it. Like
Yeah,
I've
I have not
seen
watched
like the reviews. I've seen like, and it had so much potential. Like, what did they do with it?
it. Oh, yeah, I have not watched any of the Rings of Power. No, I just
No,
will not.
I've watched the reviews. I don't have time for real movies a lot of the time.
Just put it this
Well,
way: imagine what would happen if someone was pushing a very unpopular message that they want to be spread everywhere, and then try to ham that way into a popular IP. That's the Rings
uh,
of Power for you.
okay, okay.
They changed Galadriel from a Pentateuch that was trying to make amends for her inaction in the First Age to a warrior woman that could actually do anything better than anyone else around her, and nothing could go wrong.
Oh,
They reduced her power from being able to dominate entire armies with the look of her eyes to having to need to fight with sword and shield.
hmm.
Oh yeah, and she was no longer banished from the Undying Lands because they were going to send her back, even though she was forbidden from returning to the.
Well, they destroyed the canon. They just like, and it's like Rogue said, they just did it for money. They didn't do it because they actually cared about it. And they crossed a lot of lines about things Tolkien had said and what he wrote about. Like they just like did whatever the hell they wanted. And it just for such a beautiful production, they just destroyed the mythology. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah, that does make sense. I wish they would have done something with the Silmarillion. I mean, I know he died while he was writing it, but they could have done something with that,
I
and it would have
thought
been.
there was, but I think it was a cartoon, like a comic book series.
Oh, okay. Well, probably, probably.
But I might be thinking of like Clive Barker kind of took over some of that. Like he did a similar thing. But Clive Barker was a very different author than Tolkien.
Oh yeah,
He
I
did
read.
Harry Potter, like
Well, I mean, I watched. What was the name of that movie? Fuck, they made it out with Clive Barker's book. Um, about the demons under the graveyard. Shit, what's the name of that movie? It was based off of the book Cabal, and the movie was totally different than the book.
yeah.
What the fuck? Nightbreed. That's the name of the movie. There you go.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
based
that
off of
one,
Cabal.
yeah. Yeah,
And the book was.
that one they didn't. There was issues with the producers, I think, from what I remember from the production things I read.
Hmm.
Like you're right, it didn't translate. There were issues.
Well, that there is a director's cut of Nightbreed that is better than the original theatrical release,
Mm,
but it is still not anything like the book Cabal. I have the book
yeah,
Cabal back in my room somewhere. So
I
yeah, it's
like
a
the
great read.
Magica.
Excuse me. What'd you say?
And I mean, you go from like Hellraiser to Imagica. Like he had such a broad spectrum as an author
Hmm. What was the
because,
other one? The Lord of Illusions. That was a good
well,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't read the book, but that was a good movie. I like that.
He also did like a few plays, and I hopefully still have the book. I might have sold it. I don't know. I haven't gone through the closet in a while.
Mhm. Me neither. That's my problem. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I never fucking do it because there's other shit that comes up.
Well, I got to
That's-
do taxes tomorrow, and
yeah,
it'll get
shit
done.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get done. Looking for a book in the closet? Probably not. You know.
Yeah, that might take a couple of hours to find that book. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's more important shit I got to do right now, like dishes and laundry, and get rid of these fucking carpenter ants out of my house.
Well, yeah, like I think my taxes are my copper grants. Like,
Mhm.
I got the dishes and the laundry. We all do, but damn those taxes. you
Oh
know.
yeah.
But I got it, and my accountant's really good. Like, it's just I have a business. Like, I could wait until June to file, but Canadian Revenue might be on strike the beginning of April. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, Kitty. It's time to like you gotta get going on that.
It's because I've got a box in front of me and she's next to it and she wants to get into it. It's just
I
mine,
know.
mine.
I've had. I know my cat was like, she would not let a box go. Like,
I'm going through and seeing that I've got the first 6 seasons of Doctor Who in these ones, and I've got another box to go through. So I'm. It'd be interesting to see if I can get a Betamax to actually transcribe these or not.
you know what? I will ask in the community.
Yeah, there's not much of a community in Australia for it, and anyone that I find is usually a collectible
No,
one.
there's a huge nerd community in where I live.
Oh, there's a huge nerd community. It's just that not in
No,
the.
there's also a huge tech community. So like people, their hobby is collecting old equipment. So I might be able to we'll see. Fingers crossed, because this could be a big thing,
I don't even know which ones are missing.
People have a collection like you have.
My father was a nut like I am, but for different reasons.
Yep. I get that. My dad was too. So there you go. But I know, are you in my Discord, Crypta? I think you are.
Yeah. I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Beamsy is, but
I didn't even know you had one.
Yeah, I've got one where we used to play Dungeons and Dragons until people started doing stupid shit, and I would as the dungeon master, if you do something stupid, you're gonna die more than likely. But I will shoot you a link to my Discord, and you and Crypta can connect on that and talk in the voice chat, and it's no big thing because nobody comes to my Discord anymore. So.
Well, no, it's just like I know there is someone who has the machine you want, and I know so many old people getting rid of stuff, just time and place, and getting it to you.
Oh, getting it's not the hard part. Like I said, there are flights directly between Canada and Australia.
This,
and I can call in favors for that
because I just I'm a gearhead, so I got connections to all that tech stuff.
Oh, so you worship the machine god?
Of course I do. Hail the Matrix.
No, I'm talking about SCP-997.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
The early SCPs are the best ones.
Yeah, Cult of the Machine God.
Yeah. Where it takes over your body. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the cult, not the actual relics of the cult.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The Cult of the Machine God worships the God Machine, and then you got the Cult of the Flesh, and they have some weird stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I love the SCPs, man. They're just weird. They're out there. I like the Blood Lake one, where they went through it and came out in another dimension, and shit went bad. I don't know what number that is, but I remember the story.
The Witch Doctor is probably my favorite.
I'll have to read
The Witch Doctor or the Plague Doctor?
Plague Doctor, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know what number that one is either. They're like up into the 5 and 6,000s now. So
No, I've seen some pretty cool cartoons and a lot of media that's made me think. And we've had so many big political events here that when you have like, you know, dystopian media come up, it helps take the edge off. So I want to check it out.
well, I mean that's fair. Our politics in America is pretty fucked right now anyway. So, but it's always been that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you look in the private chat, Clockwork, I think that's one of the ones you will like. The flesh that hates.
The flesh that what?
Hates.
Is that the one where the flesh takes over the whole town?
Not just the town, it also goes deep underground.
Yeah, I remember that one. I know what you're talking about. Yep, yep, yep.
You'll probably like that channel as well because he goes through quite a fair few of them.
Well, there's a channel on YouTube called the Volgun that does SCPs. And what's the other channel? Shit.
Guess which channel I just linked?
Yeah.
The Volgun?
Yep.
Dun dun dun. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I'm sub to the Volgun and the other channel. And one channel just reads them out, but the Volgun does like animations and stuff. So
No, he doesn't do animations. He does voice acting and really puts a lot of effort into the reading of it. Another
Well,
good
then I
one
might
is
be- I might be sub to a third channel that actually does animations. So we'll work it all out. I'll link you to all that stuff, and yeah. But he actually does like, it's not animations. He does a drawing, then he'll do another drawing, and he links them all together to visualize the story. So another one I liked was the Infinite Staircase. Like you'd go down the stairs and there'd be a face on the wall, and then you turn the corner and the face had moved, and then you go back down, and it like went down and down and down and down. And they never got to the bottom of it.
the Infinite IKEA sounds better though.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool too. I was like, this is weird. Yeah, I liked it. You can't get out. Once you go in, you can't get out.
You've had your dinner.
Yeah, I like reading weird shit like that. I had all three of Clive Barker's books of blood, to circle back to Clive Barker.
Oh,
And those
so
were
did
some
I. So
fucked
did
up
I.
stories. Yeah, those were some fucked up stories. I thought Stephen King wrote some fucked up stories. No, no, no. Read Clive Barker's books of blood. Yeah, you'll be like, what the hell did I just read? It's two or three. It's two or
I
three.
think he turned more gentle over his years. Like he started out with Hellraiser, and then he got into Imagica, and like it's still the same essence, but so much more sensual and gentle, like way more intimate. Whereas Hellraiser was just like rough and blunt. One of
Mhm.
my favorite authors is Neil Gaiman.
Who?
Neil Gaiman, like Good Omens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love that one. I love that one. I love Neil Gaiman, like, because he's so, or American Gods. American
Oh
Gods
yeah.
is just amazing. Like that, because it resonates so much with me. Oh my God.
Who? What went on?
Hello,
Aw.
kitty. Hello, kitty. Yay. Yay. Thank you so much. It's like I got to pet the kitty. I know
Yeah,
that's dumb, but
that's Comrade Princess Mew Mew, Edwina Anastasia Romanov Esquire, Mew Mew the First of the Perfective Mew Mew.
Mew mew.
you're awesome. It's such a pleasure to meet you tonight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've
but
been on several panels with Beamsy before, and yeah, this is the first time he's been on my panel, so I appreciate you coming on, man,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
appreciate you coming up, Crypta. I mean, I do.
I'm just so busy with work and it's just so nuts, and I'm dealing with so
Well,
much crazy, and hopefully it all gets resolved with management.
well, I mean, we've talked about that a little bit,
I
and I
know, I
understand.
know.
I understand. I totally get it. So you do what you got to do.
Well, also, I told management I don't want to quit. I'd rather we all talk this out, clear the air, because we have such a solid team. And
Oh
when
yeah.
this one person isn't there, everything goes smoothly.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
everyone gets along, everyone thinks great, you know, and like a good leader doesn't just yell. A good leader knows when to step away and trust their team. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like, and so like one bad apple will sometimes, and it's hard because he's a friend of mine, like, great person, but if you're on a bad life path, sometimes you are more of a liability than an asset. Like, I'm the third person who's like walked off the floor. Like, literally just like, nope, I'm done work, not doing anymore because we're not getting yelled at, and
Well,
we're not union, so we don't have like the kind of channels to do this through. It's more like, no, you're gonna have to hire towns. Good luck with that. Like,
oh no, you're fine, Rogue. You can come on up on the chat if you want to. I mean, the link's right there. But yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
you
when you got somebody you work with like yelling at you and you want to punch them in the face, it's better to walk away than punch them in the face. You know what I'm saying?
or if you're threatened to get punched in the face, you should walk away
Oh
or
yeah.
speak to management.
hmm
And it's just
I mean, there's no call
someone
for
has
that.
to speak up, and it's either something changes or I walk away. Everyone's hiring,
hmm
like, I actually applied for a job as a funeral director's assistant, and I'd be good at it.
Well,
Yeah.
if you think you can do it, go for it. Probably
I'd
pays
be,
more.
it wouldn't smell worse than my current job. Like, bad jokes.
At least you get them when they're stiff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was biting my tongue and basically going, must not do, I'd stuff it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was right there. I mean, you had to pick it up and run with it. So I don't blame you. It's like a cat.
I have
with
a
box.
yeah, I have a very bad habit when it comes to jokes. I don't think about it most times. It just bang.
Oh. Well, I do the same thing. If there's a joke right there, I will pick it up and make a joke. So, I get it. I really get it.
Rogue's backstage.
Oh, yay.
Oh, hey, Rogue. Okay, give me a second. Where's the button at? There it is.
Oh,
There you
Crypto,
go.
you don't have to be nice with me. It's fine, darling. I just
No,
really don't.
It's good to meet you. Thank you.
I got an I've known Rex what, a couple of years now, haven't I? Been a few years. What have you been up to?
Welcome, Rogue. I appreciate you joining
Yep.
the stream.
Thank you, darling. What you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Not this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, I've been like painting and sculpting and stuff and making jewelry and stuff. And then I've got an art show coming up and I'm seriously trying to pay a friend of mine to go for me because I just don't want to deal with people. I just don't.
I get that.
I don't handle
I
people
totally
well.
fucking get that. Yeah.
Hey, man, if I wasn't so busy at work, I'd fly down and do it just for free for the experience.
Yeah,
you know?
I got crash tackled by security last time, so I don't think I want to go again. This dude was just a knob, and he was so rude to the females there, and I was just like, done. It's just like, okay, security ain't here. I'll deal with him. It's just wrong. He got a few drinks in him and thought he was like, I don't know, some sort of art expert. And then he started giving me shit and try and tell me how to do art, like paint and stuff like that. And I looked at him and I said, you see those? He goes, yeah. I said, they've all got red stickers, right? Yeah. I said, when they don't sell, I'd probably listen to you. But other than that, fuck off. Turns out he's friends with like the fucking owner of the gallery.
Oh.
I don't give a shit. Because I explained my case because they say it's really unusual for her.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's like they say it's very unusual for her to be anywhere near anybody on the floor. She's usually just out the back hanging out with security and shit and having a smoke. But this dude was just, I heard him and then he started putting hands on women there and I was just, I'd had enough. Security crash tackled me off of him. So I don't think it's a good idea to go near people. I mean, he was just being a douchebag, and it's like these ladies came out for a night of wine and just girlfriends hanging out and shit, and they bought a few pieces. He's standing around, he's trying to basically say how big his
That's
dick
so
is.
creepy. Why?
And
are
I just
guys
corrected him and told him
creepy?
my dick's bigger, try me.
Well
I'm
done.
not the woman
I
for
know
good
it's
people.
like hard, but you did like well, like that's what I do, you know. It's,
Yeah, I got into trouble for it at first, but then I explained what happened. And the manager of the place and all the staff corroborated my version. That dude's banned from there. Well, banned from shows near me anyway. Because they wanted me to do a 2-year contract with them. I whittled it down to a 10-month, so I didn't have to really do much for them because I just don't like it. I hate they turn up unannounced. I don't like that. I mean, you know Hooch, right, Rex? Hooch is an ex-fighting pit bull. I've rescued him for 20 years. And he doesn't cope well with new people around. And so they just pop in whenever they think that they can. And I don't answer the door. I just let Hooch just guard the gate. He's not letting them in so they can. I don't answer their phone calls. I just let them fuck off now. It's like, just because I got a contract with you, like they're mad because I made it 10 months, not 2 years.
well, I know
My
the
shit
feeling
sells,
with
and
work.
that's their problem.
I know the feeling with work, and you got to stand up for yourself.
I
Like,
do. I don't do well with posh people. I do well with, like, I'm country, so I was Rex. So we kind of,
Same.
he knows what I'm like, don't you, Rex?
Yeah.
Rex
You
panty
don't
melter,
take
I should
shit.
say, with that
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't give me shit, I won't give you shit. But if you give me shit, you're gonna take some shit.
It's like,
So
exactly. It's like, I'm going to keep it cute and keep it nice. And I'm nice till like my daddy raised me, be nice till nice is no longer an option.
exactly.
I don't think it's that hard to work out. Because, like, I was literally standing there and, like, watching this guy just get away with whatever the fuck he wanted because he thought he could. He thought he could intimidate me, and I'm standing there going, okay. So I pulled up my sleeves and he saw all the tattoos and he went, well, maybe this was a bad idea. I mean, bro, I'm only here because it's contractually obligated that I physically appear at least one show. And it turned into basically me just wanting to punch the fuck out of this dude. Because he just went and put his arm around a woman and then put his hand down above her boob and just started stroking just above her boob. And that was it for me. I was done. Nope. I got in the local little blog and stuff because apparently I'm like finally a female that stuck up to the local creep. But they put it a lot nicer and more educated than I could. But basically, yeah, everybody was glad I just punched him.
That guy deserved to have a broken arm.
Where are you from in Australia? I've been trying to get you to tell me. I'm in Western Australia, love.
I'm in Queensland. I told you that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you properly. Sorry, sweetheart. Because
No, I answered in chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm Queensland born and bred. I came over here for a job and I just never went home.
I'm guessing you're in Perth?
No, 3 hours away from Perth. I'm in the country. It's great. I don't have to tolerate anybody I don't want to because nobody can get on the property bar 3 people. And they're my friends.
I'm up in Townsville.
I'm so jealous. I used to live up at Gladstone. No, not Gladstone, sorry, Gordon Vale. I loved Gordon Vale before it became all that shit. Became popular and then it just destroyed the town. I didn't like it. I liked that it had one bar. You know, it had a few surrounding houses and that was it. You know, it was a really small, and it was only, I think, about an hour drive to get to Townsville. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I was only young when I went up there. But yeah. So, yeah.
With the new ring road, it's about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hooch is doing well, Rex. He hasn't killed anybody yet, which is good. He's like his owner, but he doesn't back down. He's an idiot. Yeah, and I've been doing some really nice jewelry recently too, which I'm kind of stoked with. I just sat down, got bored one day, and just started twisting wires, and it was just like, wow, I like this. And a friend of mine's got a welder, and he said I could have it. So I'm thinking about maybe doing some wire sculpting, like, yeah, that sort of stuff.
TIG or MIG?
I don't know yet. I didn't go into details with him. I've never welded in my life, so that's going to be an experience. I taught myself to solder.
If it's a TIG, it's similar to soldering, but if it's a MIG, you're going to have some issues.
Yeah. I mean, there was a dude that turned up 3 hours early to pick up some artwork for the gallery, right? He dropped $1,000 painting, and I swear to God, my soul left my body for a good 60 seconds. I was just mortified. I was just like, dude, take more care, please. Thankfully, it wasn't damaged. Because he was trying, like, I hadn't finished wrapping most of them up in bubble wrap, which is what I do before I send them off. And he grabbed it before I could wrap it, and he dropped it, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you. I mean, you spend so much time working on a piece, and then somebody comes along and is just like, whatever. Like, I'm not temperamental artist or anything. I'm just very straightforward. And so he got the very straightforward version of me.
I'm kind of picturing that a lot of the guys near where you live think with their smaller head rather than their bigger head.
Oh, dude. I was out of money once and I went into town and I was bouncing for a while. everybody knows me in town. If I'd also walk into a bar, look at them and go, stop it, they stop now. Because it's like, nah, not having none of that. Don't be stupid. You won't get hurt if you're not stupid. It's only because, like, we have townies come out here. Like,
well, you gotta
city-
stay safe, doll, okay? Like, don't, you know?
Yeah,
you
I
know
know.
that.
Yeah,
Like, and
I
it's
know.
hard. Like, I know what it's like not having money, but stay safe, hon.
Yeah, no, I do. Like, I was just waiting for money to clear, so I was out of money. So, because I just spent it all here, like moving in and stuff. So I was out of money. I was just like, okay, I've got to work out what I'm going to do for a month, and I did it, and it was fine. And I quit as soon as the money came through for the rest of the sales, so I was good. But it was just that one particular month that I was strapped. It's just, yeah, you get that way. But I'd
Okay,
never
I have
want
to
to
grab-
have the money.
I have
Sorry,
to grab
sorry.
the dirty. I have to grab that dirty mine because it's going somewhere it shouldn't.
Oh, no, go ahead. I get myself into trouble with my mind all the time. It's Rex.
It was more the aspect of being strapped and it just sort of, I like where this is going.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Some of the locals don't, but because, like, yeah.
Oh,
Friend of mine rang me the other day and goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm deciding whether I'm on time from the bed or not." And she thought I was joking at first. She goes, "That's false imprisonment." And I said, "Not if they're willing. It's not."
yeah.
There's nothing false about it, darling.
No.
Oh,
And then I kicked him out and he goes, "Can we do this again?" And I went, "Absolutely not. I'm good. Bye. You served your purpose. Get out. I don't want to wake up in the morning and have to be nice to you. Just get out."
no, I a friend of
I'm
a friend-
autistic, so things
Yeah.
are purposeful. Like, if it's fit for purpose, that's all I need it for. I don't need fancy. I don't need any of that. But, like, it's the same with sex. It's like, if I need it, I go get it. Then it's like, yeah, I'm over it. Bye. But they
Sure.
seem to want to stick around. And I'm like, go away. Hey? But it's true, but it's only for a need and a want, not a need, you know? So it's a practical thing. So I was just kind of like, yeah, you'll do. And then it's like, bye. Afterwards, it's like, yeah, you've served your purpose. Get out.
I'm such a church girl. I don't actually know anymore.
Oh,
I know that I know I don't look like it or seem like it. But you made me
Oh.
blush.
I'm sorry. I had the blush fucked out of me quite a
Oh
lot.
no! It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It just I didn't
And again, I had
realize
the
I'd
blush
gotten
fucked out of me a
so
long time
shy.
ago. I love that line from Yellowstone. I used it the other day. The dude's jaw dropped to the floor. I went, yeah, mate, I had the blush fucked out of me years ago. I'm good.
It
He
shifted
was
onto
trying
your
to make
other
me blush, and I'm just like looking at him going, it's not going to work. And then he goes, why? So I told him, and then he's just like, oh. He did not know how to react. Oh, they were busy, so I jumped behind the bar to help out, and he's just like, yeah. He's one of those pretty boys, and I don't like those. I like my men to have like a good old beard and be rugged and just like their hands calloused. That's the sort of dudes I like. You're right there,
Yeah, I'm
Snooch?
kind of like that. Like if I'm with a guy that has like who's worked in an office and has really soft hands, it
Yeah.
almost feels like I'm with a girl and I get really confused. So I totally understand that.
Shouldn't be a confusion thing, but you should come visit me. I'll introduce you to some good dudes.
Maybe.
I might get you into a shitload of trouble too, and Rex won't forgive me for it. There we go. There's my Rex. Hello.
How you doing?
you
You like rugged guys, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you know
fair
that
enough.
about me, but dude, there's a dude that was on my panel the other day that nearly outdoes you. He's called Cyhop Stacks. His voice, damn. His wife thinks it's hilarious because I've renamed him on my panel Tennessee Panty Melter. And he forgot about it, and he went up on somebody else's panel as Tennessee Panty Melter. They let him up just out of pure like enjoyment, and he'd forgotten about it. And then about 20 to 30 minutes later, they go, "So what's with the name Stacks?" And Stacks is like, "Oh, fuck Rogue." And then they go, "Oh, Rogue, that explains everything." He needs to change his name. Come on, Clockworks, Panty Melter Rex. That voice gets you
Oh,
into trouble.
about panty melter? I've been told that before.
It's the voice.
Yeah.
Don't lie, Crypto. That voice, boy. Tell ya.
No, it is Rex has a very lovely voice. Like, it's like that.
See, you need to get with a man like
Something
Rex.
about the
He knows what he
sound,
does.
like, ew.
Crypto, you need to date a real man like Rex because they get their hands dirty every other day. They don't expect much. They're good people.
Yes,
Yeah, and of
yes.
course they've got to be inked. Don't ever get with a tattoo that a guy that
Well,
doesn't
maybe
have
God will
tattoo.
send me one. I don't
Don't
know.
ever get with a guy that doesn't have a tattoo. He has commitment issues, mate.
Okay.
Oh, I
Every
have
fucking
9.
time.
I have 9.
I have
tattoos.
tattoos. Like,
Bro, I'm covered
Like,
from
half
head to toe
of
and
it,
tattoos pretty
like,
much.
people
Like,
here
bro,
are
from the
just
base of my neck
covered in
down, I'm pretty much
tattoos.
tattoos and ink
Like,
everywhere. Like when I first moved in here, the old lady next door completely lost her mind because I walked in with a pit bull that looked like Bane with one of those big ass muzzles on, a giant ass mohawk.
oh, I watched him.
Fucking boots up to my knees, and she just looked at me and she goes, "I'm going inside now." But now she can't get enough of it. She goes, "Before I met you, I was terrified of you, but now I know because I went and beat her son up because he was
Because
being
you got her
obnoxious."
back, and she knows, like,
Yeah.
you
And like
watch
who
her
she goes
back,
over there for
and
breakfast? Yeah.
if anything happens in the hood, you got her back. Like, I know, it's like we
There's a
seem
lot
like,
more room to bury bodies if you need to in the country.
yeah, exactly. Like, we look like the scariest chicks in the world, but
And they
we
make
got
judges
hearts
because
of
they
gold,
also like
and we got your back.
a lot of
In
people
ways
think we're
that-
scrubs as well, which is just not it. Like I got called a slut the other day, and I went, okay, so if a man goes out and does what I do, what do you call him?
A slut.
That buckled him up a little. I went, dude, what you got to understand is I know what I want when I want it, if I want it. I'll do what I want when I want, if I want, because guess what? I'm single. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I'm with a man, however, I'm completely 100% loyal. I don't do that shit. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rex has known me for a long time. Rogue just doesn't take shit. And like I got a phone call nights ago. A friend of mine got hit by a drunk driver on his motorbike, and he didn't make it. He didn't make it.
Oh no, my condolences.
I was talking to him like that day, which sucked because
Oh my god.
he called me and said like I'm on my way home because he's in Queensland. He was coming from Gladstone down to Brisbane.
Oh my god, that's so rough.
And I was like, yeah, but it was some young country yahoo that him and his mates. He was riding at night, and this dude just came out of nowhere and just fucking took him out. And I was just like, I was mortified. I was like, oh my god, it just broke me for a couple of days. But I've been talking to his family and shit, and I've got everything organized for him, so they're fine.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
No, I literally, I don't cry, but that day I was just a mess. My friend came over to visit me, and she just saw me, and she just goes, "What the hell is wrong with you? You don't cry." I was done. I was like so fucked up in the head. I wanted to do some pretty dark things.
Yeah, I bet. But like you pulled it through and helped the family. Like you're like
well, that's kind of like
an angel or something, you know?
my best mate's sister is actually one of my brother's baby mamas, so I had to.
Oh,
I mean, like,
okay. Oh my god,
their
that's
family,
even
basically.
worse. Oh.
So yeah, it was a bit of an interesting turn. I love my Rex. Hello. I've missed you, dude. I gotta go and get my tobacco. Give me a sec.
Oh, go do what you got to do. But yeah, when somebody dies like that, like out of the blue, it's fucking hard. It really is. I've had several of my school friends die like that, and yeah, it's really fucking hard to deal with because you don't expect it. It just happened.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, like I held it together until I got off the phone. Then I was done. I was just I just couldn't. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. I couldn't nothing. I just cried myself to sleep, and then
Aw.
woke up to a mate knocking on my door.
big hugs. Like I'm like that's an
Like
awful
Rex knows I've lost
experience.
Rex knows that my 8 older brothers and my dad are gone. Like I don't have a mum. Everything's just done, sort of thing. So when I get phone calls like that, it just sometimes I
Oh,
wonder if it'd be better if they just
yeah.
didn't tell me. But then
Well,
I'm like,
you
no.
have us. You have us. Like you're never really alone. You got people who
Like
love
everybody
you.
sees me as like the thing that annoys me most is everybody sees me and misinterprets me as like this angry person when I'm just pulling someone up. Like they just think I'm gonna scream and yell at somebody just for no reason and stuff, and I'm
I
not that
know
person.
the feeling. I know the absolute.
Rex has seen me
feeling.
going on people that have done the wrong thing. Rex is like, oh, how are you?
Absolutely.
Because everybody else sits around tiptoes round at me, I just go, you're a fucking idiot. Because
Yeah,
everybody's nice about it and tiptoes round at me. I'm just straight to the point and going, what you did was fucked up. You're an idiot. And you trying to justify it does not make it any fucking better, and it says volumes about you. So that gets me into trouble. But
can you
sometimes
be
I'm
my
just in the mood
counselor,
for a
like
fight.
my HR like representative at work? Like, can you just like come in there and just be like,
Yeah, zoom me in,
no,
baby.
you guys fuck off. Like,
Zoom me in and I'll beat up that dude that's annoying you.
you're brilliant. You are brilliant. I love you. Like, I just met you, but you are awesome.
I needed to see
I
you,
like
Rex.
to bring
Thank you.
people together. That's what I do.
Rex is a big old softy, but he's also extremely protective of me. It's fun.
Oh, I
Like
you know.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
There are dudes there that get out of pocket with me, and Rex just doesn't have it. He's like, nope, not today, bro.
I will tell people to shut the fuck up and
Yep.
and know your role. Even if it's not on my stream. I'll do it on other people's streams too. So
Absolutely, he doesn't hide who he is, and that makes it really extremely easy for me because I have a hard time judging who's good and who's not. Like people wise, that's another thing I suffer. Like I just take everybody as they come. But yeah, sometimes that's not like, dude. My 999 channel got struck for against terms of service because I exposed a convicted pedophile.
I said something. I said Greta should have graduated high school, and I got a strike for a week. So that's Canada now. Whatever.
How dare you?
I know.
How dare you have an opinion that, like, you're
I
Aussie, you know
know.
how to take me, don't you, Beansy?
I know, but that's a week. I'm still like, I don't even know if I should be on here right now. I'm like, I haven't checked my email.
no,
to
you're
see
fine.
The clock's
You're fine.
clicking down for we're out of jail.
I've got
Well-
I've got a video for your ex. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Hang on, I've got to bring it up.
Well, Rogue,
Yeah,
if-
you're fine, Krista. You know what? Fuck you two. They've got
Dude.
all these new rules, and they can get off my dick
Yep.
about them. So
Just look at them and go, please vacate my dick. I want a better opportunity.
yeah, exactly.
It's a little more complicated in Canada. Our laws are changing. It's not the same. Like if things keep going the way they are, I really am thinking of going to the States. Like I just if I want to keep doing any kind of live streaming or media, I'm gonna have to. Because our laws are getting so complicated. I might, like, right now I have a loophole and I just hope it holds. But if it doesn't hold, like, jump in the border.
Rex, private chat, the second one down. That's a hoochie for you. I thought that'd cheer you all up. I don't know how to bring it up on here. I'm still learning all that. Like I get into trouble and I go to ACs and I start shit just so that they will absolutely 1000% get $5 to kick me off the panel. I like that. Okay, I've got it backstage for you. Can you see the picture? How
Yeah,
dumb
hang
does
on.
he look?
Give me a second. Boom.
He's such like this is an ex-fighting pit bull. It can't be rehomed responsibly, by the way. He's a giant ass cross between XL and normal size red nose pit.
But it's I've had
Oh, wait a minute. I
Robbies,
hit it twice.
I've had huskies. Like
There you
can
go.
have dogs,
Does
and
that not make you want to laugh?
like that is like this. Like that is absolute love. Like
Look at that face.
and you're a good
He's
fur
like,
mama.
scratch my
Like,
belly.
if you
Scratch my belly.
can turn a dog into a little lump of love,
There we
you're
go.
a good. You're a good mama.
Belly rub.
My belly needs scratching. There you go.
There you go.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Like,
Hey, would you stop?
This is the effect Brett has.
Yeah,
on
Brett
Hooch.
just killed my dog that day. He was just done, and Brett was
Thanks,
just looking
Brett.
at this. Hoochie's in love. He's looking at the screen. It's
This is
terrible.
the effect Brett has. On
There we go. Scary Pitbull gets deserved and disturbed and reacts accordingly. Look,
Oh, that's how makes stretch for a little baby. What's she doing?
he's terrifying.
What's he doing? The belly rub.
Oh, yeah, that's so goddamn scary. Yeah.
And I wrote in the description, yes, I just clickbaited all your asses. Because it says Scary Pitbull gets deserved and reacts accordingly.
He's like, God damn it, you stopped. Why did you stop?
Okay.
oh my goodness.
He's so
Oh.
dopey.
Oh,
What's she doing?
it's such
Oh,
a
and
love. It's
I don't
so
know where
cute.
the. Hang on. There you go. Rex, this is some of my stuff I got delivered the other day, like a couple of weeks ago now.
Nice. That's gorgeous. Those are nice pearls. And is that lapis?
Yes.
That's a little.
And that's
It's
the
a
stuff I
flashlight.
make. This.
Gore? Oh, wow. Wow.
Here's a closer look.
What is
No.
that? Wow, that's gorgeous work. That
The
is
big shiny one.
gorgeous
Is that the one
work.
you're looking at? The big shiny one? That's labradorite, but it's like
Yeah, that's like a Canadian stone. I have a huge one by my bed.
there are so many fucking
It's really good for dreams.
yeah. There's just so many of these like fake outlets, and it really annoys me because generally they're just resin molds that have been made to look like the stone.
Yeah.
Oh, look out, Kitty's dead.
Scratch my belly. She's like, scratch my belly.
Kitty. Oh, Kitty.
Who did have so much fun with Rex?
So
You
many
just
happy
see Rex's
little
shadow
lumps
everywhere.
tonight.
Hoopy would be absolutely 100% Rex's shadow on the farm.
I wish I could have pets in my place. Like,
A friend of mine's gone to the extreme of having virtual pets.
well,
Oh, no.
I have Pokemon.
I can't
but they're-
either.
I
I need
they're
to be able to grab and smush the head. You know what I mean? I have to grab and smush the head. I have to rub the belly every day. No, but he went from being hand shy, foot shy to now just being the biggest sook in the world. But he does have treaties. Kitty's dead.
Yeah, and Rogue, in regards to me knowing how to take you, I think you've got that the wrong way around from what you've said.
You gave it too many catnip.
It's like fucking. Oh, I'm stoned, Dad. Help!
Yeah, I
Help,
know.
Dad. Why am I? I'm trying to walk, Dad. Help me! Why is this not working, Dad? I can't move my feet.
Try to get your video up,
Dad.
dude. I'm really trying, but it's not working. I don't know what
It's not a video.
Why is the world upside down, Dad?
Is it
Come on.
that picture?
It's just a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
fair
a
enough.
picture.
Fair enough.
Look, that's a well-behaved cat, mate, just lying there like that.
That's like that is one Sando cat.
My
That's
belly. Scratch
Like, oh
it.
yeah,
My
yeah,
belly. Come on.
Rub it, rub it,
Come on.
rub it. I'm a cat. I am your
Yeah.
master. You rub my belly.
Thank you for having me because I did need a break because like I'm doing a painting that's kind of a lot, and I just needed to get away from it.
Well, I'm glad you had a break. I needed a break because
Yeah, and I'm
I
enjoying myself.
I
So I'm
had a
sticking
brutal
around.
work week and a lot of like negotiations with management. So, I've been real stressed. And so this is nice to just talk with real
Tell me
people.
what it is, and I'll probably I can
Yeah.
probably help you out because you're nice.
Oh
I'm not.
yeah, I'm glad y'all came up. I really appreciate it. I mean,
No,
usually it's just
I'm
me sitting here
enjoying
talking
myself,
shit by myself.
Oh, good.
So,
but I'm enjoying this. Thank you because it's been a long time
oh,
since I've
you're
seen you,
welcome. You're
and I
completely
miss you.
welcome anytime. Anytime I'm alive, you can come up and we'll
Thank
just
you.
talk. Any of you. Beamsy, I'm glad you came up. Crypto, I'm glad you came up. And so
I'm terrified of doing this next part because I can patina the jewelry and make it look like it's antique jewelry. Obviously, I won't sell it as real antique. But I've got the sulfur of liver stuff and I've never worked with it before. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is terrifying. I don't know if I want to do this now because I've heard so many horror stories.
Yeah. Well, do it on a piece you don't mind ruining.
Yeah, I'll do test wire and stuff like that first, but I'm just terrified because the stuff is just quite toxic. Apparently.
Well, yeah, like just because, obviously you're gonna be smart, wear gloves, have good ventilation.
I had a girlfriend on here that does glass etching, and she makes awesome stuff, right? And she was doing this glass etching one day, and I was looking at her because we're live streaming together, and I yelled at that kid like there was no tomorrow. I said, "Baby sister, there, oi, stop!" Because she couldn't work out why she was like getting chest pains and why she ended up with a lot of abscesses and stuff. And I said, "It's because you're not wearing a mask when you're etching the glass." She wasn't wearing a mask when she was etching the glass. That cat's hilarious. I've got to send you a photo of Bruiser. I rescued a cat called Bruiser.
I had to do
it. Just like so happy.
My belly. Scratch it. Come on. What are you waiting
for? So many of my friends' cats got it. During COVID, so many friends of my friends' cats, I get phone calls and I go, "What's going on?" And she goes, "I think my cat's trying to murder me." And I said, "What?" She goes, "No, seriously. This cat is like, what are you doing in my house between these hours? You should be outside. Go." So this cat just got fucking homicidal tendencies. Like every time she walks somewhere, it climbs up high and hides, waits till she walks past, and then just jumps at her.
Yeah, that's what my dad. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was like, what are you doing in my home? Go away. Get out.
Oh, mine was
sometimes, but not all the time.
No, mine was evil as a kitten. Like, I'd be on the phone, like she'd be perfectly quiet. I get on the phone, or I get a call like from like BC Hydro or some like important phone call, and this cat would be like, just really, and like climbing up me and biting me, and I'm like, I'm on the phone. What are you doing?
I know, right? Jesus, Bruiser used to be like that. I rescued this cat, and it was like a kitten. It wasn't supposed to survive. Somebody who hadn't paid.
Well, they know you're on the phone.
I know they don't like it. They don't want you having interaction. They want their soul. They want to be their soul low critters. They just want you and them. That's it. Fuck outside.
Part dragon or part evil or something like that was.
They have no souls. I'm convinced they have no souls.
Okay,
Dude,
well, I could say something, but I'm not gonna.
Go ahead, Rex.
They do have souls. It's the souls they've collected of others.
I'm a ranger. I got no soul.
No.
Yes, is a half a ranger, so he's got half a soul. Like one go closer to immortality.
Hooch is a half a ranger, so he's got half a soul.
How many freckles have you got?
Dude, I don't count them.
That means you've got
And the weird
countless
thing
souls.
is, my dad was Aboriginal Maori. DNA test proved it and everything. Somehow Scottish Irish won out. But I know how to break this other guy because all I do, it's got a voice like Rex. I just go, Stacks, and he goes, yes. And I go, red hair, green eyes. And he goes, stop it. He just can't. He calls me a brat. I love it. I'm his kryptonite. He knows what he's coming up for because, like, he knows he's going to get into trouble.
Yeah.
Like, he tried to convince his wife because he said, see, that's my name. Look, it's on the panel there. I didn't know he had a wife, so I'm just being a complete dick and being me, right? I'm just giving him shit. Next minute, he goes, yeah, I'm going to have to convince my wife to call me that. And I've gone, oh, shit, I'm so sorry. Please apologize to her. I didn't mean any disrespect because I didn't know he had a missus. And he goes, no, she's sitting back just laughing her fucking ass off going, she would wreck you. She would break you. You're safer staying here.
Why do you
love
keep
that
threatening me with a good time?
I know, right?
Oh, you're looking for spank?
Rex will tell you, no, she gets into plenty of trouble on her own.
You've been a naughty
No, Rex knows
boy.
I get into plenty of trouble on my own.
Bad jokes.
Hey, Rex.
Maybe.
Yeah, all I'm hearing
I bought
is
20
good time,
liters of
good
resin
time,
the
good
other day,
time.
Rex.
Who? What now? What?
I bought 20 liters of resin the other day.
Oh.
Now all I've got to do is find the perfect, like, I've got to make a coffee table that I like. And then I'm going to do an acrylic, like, do a pour and do it in layers and shit and just, yeah, make it look nice. I've like messed with it years and years ago, but I haven't messed with it in a very long time, so it's kind of terrifying as well. Like, I'm good once I get past that. I'm terrified. I don't want to do it. My biggest thing is I freeze. Like, I'm just like, this is new. I don't think I'm going to like this. I'm just going to leave, or I'm just not going to move, and hopefully nobody will notice me. And that's kind of how I cope. This is like, and then once I get into it, I'm just like, yeah, there's no stopping me. I'm good. But yeah, it's just that first hurdle. I got a painting that's 6 feet by 5 feet, and it's a blank canvas at the moment. And I'm staring at it, and that terrifies me.
I have a leather jacket I'm working on, so I can totally understand. Yeah.
You got to teach me how. Like, I want to make some leather books for myself. Yeah, I don't know how to do all that. I might be able to get you to help me understand. Like, I can't even sew, man. I can't. I'm like the most hopeless housewife, so I'm not housewife material at all.
No, I
can cook, I can clean, but I can't stand being around somebody 24/7. That'd drive me nuts. It's like living in separate residences would probably suit me best. But it is what it is. Yeah, I've got a wall of paintings up at the moment because I took, like, obviously dude took all the others, and I've got these ones up, and he looked at one and he goes, I want that one. I went, good luck with that. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
He went, like, he just dropped my painting. Why would I let? No. I just went, no. And, like, I sit in the back of the van where I was waiting for a mate to finish work, and I'm like wrapping like stones that cost a fortune. This dude goes, I'll give you $20 for that one. I looked at him and I went, look me up and down. Do you think I'm stupid? Please go away. And I was polite. Please go away. And he started laughing, going, what are you going to do about it? And I went, I'll show you. Hooch! Hooch just sort of put his head up, looked at him, and the dude ran off. It was funny because Hooch was behind me. He didn't see Hooch. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I like repetitiveness. I like consistency, and I like that in people. Consistency, like they're not one thing one moment and another thing another. You know, every single friend I've got is the same offline as they are online. Me, I'm a loudmouth Aussie that speaks my mind, gets into trouble. That's what I do. Oh, do you remember Billy at all, Rex?
Billy.
The one that did a stream with no pants and stood up because he's an alcoholic and fell over.
Oh, that dude. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I was fine. I was kind of like sitting back in AC's chat, just letting it go. But the second that one of my girlfriends told me, yeah, he broke his mother's arm as well, I was like, okay, I'm done. So I went up there and I went, what would you do if a dude your size and your strength that's known your mother pretty much all of his life put his hands on her because your excuse is she deserved it and you've known her and you can? So he started yelling and like getting all upset. And I turned around and I said, listen up, boy. I'm not the one for your bullshit. If you hit me, I'm a female that'll fucking hit you back. I said, you're a big man, but I can guarantee you I will break you. I said, if I ever hear of you putting your hands on your mother again, I'm going to be making some phone calls. So somebody actually reported him for elder abuse. He's living in her house and he's just a dick, mate. Like, all I said to him, Rex, was this, right? I said, okay, if a dude your size and your weight and your strength put his hands on your mother, what would you do? And he just lost his mind. And then he stopped. And then I went, listen up, boy. And then he lost his mind because I called him boy. It's just a country thing. It's just like, listen up, boy. You ain't no man. You're a boy. He tried to justify every single thing that he did.
Mm.
And he goes, I served in the army. And I went, well, you're a fucking disgrace. You should know better. That triggered him as well. And I'm like, bruh. Like, he just started screaming. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to win this fight. I'm telling you right now, no. There is nothing you can say to justify you putting your hands on your mother and breaking her arm. You putting your hands on your mother and throwing things at her on a live panel. No. Sorry. There's just no excuse for that.
I despise my mother because she's a racist and horrible person, but I'd never hit her.
Oh, bruh, can you introduce me? I love those sorts of people. They're fun.
I don't have anything to do with them.
Yeah. I look white, but yeah, I'll bring my whole family. I'll bring all my Lations over, bruh.
Yeah, well, I don't have any memories from before I was actually blown up in the Navy. And I was actually with a dark-skinned woman who was my partner then. The first thing she said to me when I re-met her again, my very first memory of my mother is, are you still with that derogatory term?
N-word.
Kind of, but she added bitch at the end as well.
No, I know what you mean, but I just thought the best way to describe it was to compare it to the N-word. I love people like that. I had a friend that when I was younger, he was gay, but he was like, his dad was a Red Dragon, and it was in the middle of all places, Sunshine Coast, right? And at the time, there was like a huge explosion of Asian people coming over to buy properties and shit. And they didn't like that. So it was hard. But he was gay. And if he told his father he was gay, his dad would probably beat him, probably to death. So I went in and I pretended to be his girlfriend because I thought it was great. Because I'm sitting there and in the first time I met this dude, I've walked in and there's this great big meeting of like hooded people. And I'm just thinking, oh, fuck, maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew because they're standing there going, we can tell a mixed breed at 100 paces, rah, 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 rah. And I'm standing there looking at Sean going, dude, I'm about to get fucked up. And he's just looked at me and he smirked because he's just like, nah, just wait for it. His dad came down and gave me a great big hug and all the rest of it. And I'm like sitting there. So I took it a next step further. We went to dinner. He had all of his boys there. He was at the head of the table. Sean was across from me. And they were going on about mixed breeds, half breeds, Asians, like the N-word, nuke, etc. And I'm sitting there, and Sean knows that look on my face. He's like, "Oh my God, don't test the waters." And I turned around, I went over to his dad, and I went, "Oh, that looks so nice. Can I have a bite?" So I ate off his fork. That was it. Sean had to leave. Sean goes, "Oh, I just got a message. We've got to go." He goes, "Are you insane? When he finds out, he's going to kill you." And I went, "I don't give a fuck."
No, but you know what? You are such a lovely person that it doesn't matter.
A lot of people don't like me on here because of the way I am. Because like
You're
once you're my
so
friend, you're my
much
friend, and I
like
won't take any shit on my friends. Hey?
You're so much like me. I'm like your Canadian cousin. We're all cowgirls, eh?
Yes.
You're mine.
You're right there, Hooch. Sorry, I'm just checking on Hooch. Yeah, but it's just like it's insane to me that in this day and age, like I've got no problems with you having your beliefs, okay? But when you physically harm another human being, just based on that, like you're allowed your opinion. It's wrong, but you're allowed it.
I actually
got
don't understand that way of thinking.
Rex, I got banned from 3 gay sites the other day.
Oh, I'd say a
really?
whole bunch of dumb things on
No.
Twitter I probably get banned from. I mean, I'm still on a YouTube strike. Like
I'd
shouldn't
convince them
even
it was
be
a
on
good
here
idea.
tonight. Like
Yeah, but I'd convince them it was a good idea to let me up, Rex.
Oh yeah. Hey, everybody is welcome here.
No, I'd convince those gay people that it was a good idea to have me up.
I'm clear, but you're awesome. Like
So all my
I
mates,
don't see any problems. So like,
but my mates piled in, and I said, "Look, the only time I need to we got into it, and I just went, look, it's as simple as this. The only time I need to know what your packing is if I'm about to take you home and fuck you. That's it. I don't want to hear about you 1 week on testosterone. That's your business." And I said, those flags, those LBGQ, whatever the fuck they are, flags, mate, they don't have a place in the school because they represent sexuality. What place does that flag have in a primary school?
my question is, I totally agree. And my question is, like, why are we having these flags in front of our schools instead of our provincial flags or Canadian flags?
I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, yeah,
it's
you
an honest question.
That's
Yeah,
for
I totally
18
agree.
plus. That's for 18 plus. That's not for kids. Like there are counselors at the school and stuff that can deal with the teenagers that have those issues. But then, because I refused to call a dude a she, they started saying I was homophobic and transphobic. And I went, no, I just don't negotiate with terrorists.
Well, I'm queer, but there's a line that's been crossed. And we got to start looking out for kids. You know, it's gone too far.
I mean, there's a kid on here that's 5 that is dressed as a female because he put a dress on one day. Guess what? My brothers put dresses on when they were 35. Come on now. They're idiots. Leave them be. They're not going to do it for a sexual reason. They just did it because they lost a bet.
Oh, I had a
my brother
friend.
did take up wearing muumuus at home after that, but that was disturbing.
Well, I had a friend that went to his prom dance in a dress with a girl.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
But they take it too far.
Some people freaked out. So
no, right now
Rex, that's what I'm saying. They take it too far, Rex. And Rex, you saw what it was meant. It was innocent fun, just people being dicks, just doing their thing. These days, a dude turns up in a dress or a skirt. Oh, we must respect them. And I said, okay, so you've got to respect.
Exactly. And right now, women are in danger here.
Yeah,
I've got to
respect you and your terms, your terminology. I've got to respect you and your way of life. But when I have my own opinions that don't fucking go along with yours, because that's not how the real world works, honey. People are going to have opinions that you're not going to fucking like. No, doesn't make them transphobic or homophobic. It just makes them real people. I said, so basically, you label me transphobic and homophobic because, like I said, you present as female, I'll treat you as female. You present as male, I'll treat you as male. I'm still going to punch either one of you exactly the same way, by the way, if you annoy me. But what you're not going to do is put your terroristic terminology on me. And they got so mad. Like, seriously. I've been slandered and labeled a hater and transphobic, homophobic. I said, why? Because I have an opinion that you don't like. That's all it is.
Oh, then go ahead, Crypta. Go ahead, Crypta.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
No, right now there's a guy who keeps going into one of the public pools into the women's change room, and the RCMP won't remove him.
What's an RCMP?
That's like our
Royal
cops.
Canadian Mounted Police.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
won't remove him because apparently he has more rights to jack off in front of little girls or be in that space. And
Could you imagine if our fathers were still
like,
around?
I'm just so grossed
would
out.
happen?
Like, I'm so mad about it. Like, I don't like.
There
like,
are predators
we
using
have
this
so
as a
much
chance.
little privacy as women, and we're letting this happen to our children. It's
What,
wrong.
we're supposed to just lay down and take it? No, sorry, not going to happen on my watch.
No, I'm a very
Cops can't do anything. I certainly fucking will. Like, I went to a bar the other day, Rex, and do you know that I've been going to that bar, that same bar in town, for probably 5 years now. It's a very country bar. Like, everybody sits around, talks, and just plays cards. And, you know, it's a very relaxed environment. And I looked up because I went to go to the toilet, and I looked over to my right, and I went, what the fuck is that? And so I've looked, and they've got a gender-neutral toilet. They've got male, female, gender-neutral. I turned around to the boys, and I said, I'm out. And they went, why? And I said, look at this bullshit. They all left the bar with me. But I was labeled transphobic and homophobic, and I went, it's a good thing that you've got that there for gender neutrals, but it still doesn't solve the problem of the pervert or the rapist that goes in there when a female wants to be a male and they get raped in your toilet. Predators are using this whole sexuality movement shit to be able to do what they want to do, and that's got to stop. There's a line, and they've crossed it.
And if
Rex,
you
let's not
say
get back to that bar
anything,
sense.
you are getting labeled, and I get labeled on here, but it's just
What's your labels? Please tell me. I'd love to hear them.
no. They label me transphobic. They label me the same way as you do, just because I feel uncomfortable about a lot of this.
Yeah.
And I have a
you're
lot of
allowed
trans
to.
friends. Hey, if you know, but
the thing that pisses me off is they can't respect you, but you've got
Yeah.
to respect them. That's not
And-
good, sweetheart, at all. Come get me next time that happens. I'll fuck their world up.
Like, it's but
No,
we
but seriously, if a male turns up and they genuinely want to be female and they turn up dressed as female, I will treat them as such. Male
exactly
turns up, that's fine. But what I'm not gonna do is let you do whatever the fuck you want without opposition.
Exactly. And that's what it's become. It's become an excuse for guys to just perv on women.
I literally had a pedophile up on my panel because he lives in the Netherlands and I couldn't get his criminal record, okay? So he sent a woman up, and this woman, because I'd been researching it for a month, this woman comes up and starts screaming at me, and I went, calm down, honey. I don't even know who the fuck you are, for number one. She goes, oh, you were talking about my daughter. I said, no, I wasn't. I said, he was. He was talking about your daughter. I said, she's 7, and do you think it's perfectly appropriate a self-confessed pedophile is around your daughter in Minecraft? And then she's going, do you know anything about pedophilia? And I went, yes, I do, unfortunately. I know a lot more than I want to.
Oh my god.
And then
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
well,
Wait a
I've
minute.
been through this, that, the other. And I went, see, this is the problem. You're still thinking from a victim mentality. The second I had kids, mate, I'm a survivor, not a fucking victim. And I need to be strong for my kids. My job is to protect them. What you're doing is out wrong. Oh, but do you know what his sexual age of attraction is? And I said, yes, 12, 13-year-old girls. He's got a 10-year-old son that's bringing little girls home as girlfriends and playmates now. And I said, you are a failure as a mother. You're not a good mother. She goes, she's 7. She's not in any sexual danger. I said, he's got from 7 to 12 to groom her, mate. He knows how to pick weakened women. And then he goes and he bedazzles them. But then he came up and I finally triggered him enough so that I pressed all of his buttons so he exposed who he was. Self-confessed pedophile. And my channel got struck for it because it's against terms of service because I put his picture up. Now, I could have been a total cunt. Sorry, Rex, I shouldn't swear so much or talk so much. I'm sorry. But I put
it's
up
fine.
I put up I could have been a total cunt because if he'd have come in there and just sort of gone, let
I'm
me up, I
glad
want
you
to defend
said this,
myself. That
though,
would have been
because I
fine.
feel this, and I feel like not more
But he
people.
came in mouthy. He came in lippy. Then he sent her up and he goes, that's a real woman in my chat. And I'm like, mate, you're about to meet a real woman and you're not going to like what I got to say. So he came up. I put his picture up because I said, look, he goes, doxing, I'm going to do you for that. And I said, you do that because right now, everybody I know is recording this. And I said, if I want to be a total cunt, I said, I have your name, your address, your phone number, and your prior convictions. He admitted to have his 17. He's got a 17-year-old girlfriend. She's just turned 17. He's 41.
Oh, that's so gross.
And he's turned around and he goes, it's legal here. So I said, yeah, just because
No,
it's legal,
that's
doesn't make it right.
no,
Not make it right. Does not make it right.
no.
And so
Oh.
he's trying to justify this. I said, can I speak to her, please? And he goes, no. And I went, see, this is the thing. Have you told her parents yet? No. And I went, there's a reason for it because you're terrified. He looks like the retarded version of Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm serious.
Oh God! Oh,
So
no,
this
no.
dude is like trying to justify being a pedophile. And I've looked him dead in the eye and I've gone, I'm about to fight you. And you're not, my internal dialogue just, if he'd have been physically in my space, he'd have been done. So he said that his last two 17-year-old girlfriends left him because the cops came and got child porn off his fucking computer. I said, did you tell her that?
What
He goes,
the?
"Who?" And I said, your girlfriend. So this dude is on YouTube. I get struck for exposing him, but he's still allowed to have his channels
Oh my goodness!
because he's
No,
a
but
protected
it
group now.
happens.
No, but he's a protected group now. Who's just reverse sneezing? You right there, baby?
Yeah, women are getting erased. We're losing our rights, and it's like almost like.
But
it's
this
like
woman
reverse
defending him.
feminism.
I just, am I wrong, Rex? Like, I was so mad at this woman.
And Rogue, if you wish to know something interesting, did he admit that he was dating a 17-year-old?
Yep.
He is in breach of the Child and Youth Protection Act of the Netherlands from 1997 because the Netherlands, a person under the age of 18 are considered minors by law.
Yeah, but the cops don't, like, he's just a repeat offender. And the way he spoke was like, oops, I just dropped my milk. Or oops, I just knocked over a glass. That's how blasé he was. He was so proud of it.
Yeah, like it's sort of a revolving door right now for criminals. Like,
And predators are having a blast because they hide behind the whole Gay Rights Act and all that sort of shit.
oh yeah, that happens a lot too.
I'm sorry, but Rex, we need to like go and do some good old educating, if you get my drift, Rex. Old school educating them.
I am very much for the LGBT movement because that's a sexuality and people should have the right to their own sexuality.
Absolutely.
The trans movement, the people who want to be trans, they need to be protected and allowed to be actually live their life as what they.
Just leave them alone.
But it's
But they're
being
forcing it on
used
us.
as an excuse.
But they're forcing
to
it on us.
exploit children. And
Sorry,
this
Crypto.
is-
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay on my side, Crypto. I apologize. I didn't see you talking, sweetheart. But they're forcing their stuff, like their beliefs, their lifestyle. They're forcing it on us. And we're just supposed to, lay down and take it? Not a chance.
It's being used as an excuse to exploit children. You
Yep.
said
Yeah.
it.
That's why there's also the aspect of all the LMNOP that they've all added to the end of it, and it's okay.
You right there,
One-
dude? What are you doing?
One is an aspect of a group of people that need help with a high suicide rate. 3 of them are just a sexuality, and that should be accepted. What are the rest of these?
Like, I've got no problem. You live your life the way you want to live it. But the second you start putting it out there and interfering with children and getting into my face and expecting me just to bow down to you, I'm sorry. Have you met me? That's not going to happen.
It's
Like I said,
going-
I'm not being disrespectful to you, but you're being disrespectful to me because my opinions don't gel with yours. So you're just labeling me transphobic or homophobic. I'm not.
yeah.
I'm just not. It's just I don't give a fuck about that. I don't. But when I turn on my computer to talk to, like, Zoom call, my art stuff and that, the last thing I want to see is transphobia everywhere, you know? It's like, bruh, no, you need to calm the fuck down. You're not that important. Live your life the way you want to live it. Just minimize the bullshit. I'm all against like the whole trans and homophobic shit. Like, I don't like none of that. I'm not going to put on get a pitchfork and start burning them at the stake.
Oh,
But
thank you.
dude, there is one that I would.
I mean, there's a good site, Gays Against Groomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at.
It's just bullshit. Like, if they moved in next door to me and it was a gay couple, wouldn't give a fuck, treat them the same way as everybody else.
Well,
But that's
like
the problem.
kids-
The problem is I treat them like everybody else, and apparently they deserve special treatment.
Yeah,
They need to be acknowledged and worshipped. Fuck you, mate. Not gonna happen.
you're not a hero because of your sexuality or because you got plastic surgery. I'm sorry for saying that. Like no amount of plastic surgery or hormones will turn you into an opposite gender.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it just pisses me off that they expect special treatment. It's just like, dude, so we
It's
should, like,
being
so if I
used
get,
as an
like,
excuse. to
I'm
say-
heterosexual, so doesn't that make me worthy of all the attention too?
Mhm.
According to them, they're against
Yeah.
heterosexuality. Heterophobic is what I call them.
Oh, I'm totally queer, but I'm against this. I totally.
But they
agree
get their
with your
claws
opinion.
into the young ones on here, and that pisses
Yep.
me off. They
Yep,
sell them a
it's
dream
wrong.
that's just not reality.
It's wrong. It's like, and I've had trans friends who, you know, like, we can't use puberty to build up her bones, build up her heart muscles, build like, you know, so anyone who transitioned, who I know early, has huge health problems, and
It affects their bone density. They end up with all sorts of issues.
You know, it's not like a piercing.
Like, their bones break really easily because they're just not
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
have that hormone in them. Like, they
Yeah.
suffer severe health problems from it.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
mate that a doctor was trying to put them on estrogen, and he said, no, I'm good. Because, you know, I was in that community because I owned a bar, mate. I had a community there, and they were nothing like this lot these days. And
Yeah,
everybody
I
that I know
know,
that's
same,
like that
same.
turns around and says they're terrorists. They're spoiled children that have never been told no and never been told they're wrong. That is the rate, like, that is what we're dealing with these days. The spoiled little kids that never got a smack on the ass, because that was when it was turned into abuse. Bruh.
I totally agree. Like, honestly, if I'd known what the movement was going to turn into, I would have stayed in the closet.
Mm.
You know, like, it's gone to that point. It's like, what did I fight for? If I'd known this is where it would lead.
It's like the whole thing
Kids
with,
were
like,
being exploited.
dressing
I
like a slut.
Yeah.
Like, I got told I dress like a slut by a trans woman.
Right?
I dress like a slut. Now, I was going out for the night. It was a knee-length skirt with lace down either side, and I had a corset on. Had my hair up, because where we were going was like a big deal. It was a special place for, like, us to go and party and have some fun. So I dressed up for it. And I walked out. And I walked into the, like, we were meeting at the bar that I used to work at. So I went there, sat there, and I was having a beer just waiting for my girlfriends to turn up and their boyfriends, you know. And this trans woman decided to try and correct how I should dress as a woman and gave me a dressing down of how I'm bringing the image of a woman down.
Wow.
It's not like you're wearing. Yeah, it's not like you're wearing just
I
pasties
looked at
and a
this
band-aid.
person. I
Here it
looked at this
is.
person.
Here's a woman. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
looked at this. No, but the funny thing was,
fancy.
yeah, but I looked at this person, and the bouncer, because it was quiet, the bouncer heard everything. Bouncer couldn't make it there in time. I beat that woman's ass.
Oh wow.
You can't hit me, I'm a male. And I turned around and I said, which is it? You're the female or male. And like I said, I can hit whoever the fuck I want. I'm an equal
Yeah.
opportunity asshole. Trying.
Down straight,
I'm
you
an
get in
equal
my
opportunity
face,
asshole.
going down.
How
You're
fucking
so
dare
awesome.
you? Because she put her no. If she hadn't put her hand on my shoulder with the thumb at the base of my neck, it would never have gotten that far. But the fact that this person thought that they could grab me like that, look me in the eye, and tell me everything I've done wrong as a woman. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but what?
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm going to beat your ass.
No.
Like everybody goes, oh, she's always ready to throw down, and on here, and I'm like, no, you don't understand, man. I just there are certain things, and I have a tolerance for a lot of shit, but then when wrong is wrong. Oh my god, I love it.
It's awesome. You look gorgeous.
It's a tea cozy.
I was going to say,
Oh,
it's either a tea cozy or a bonnet. Either a bonnet or a tea cozy.
It's a tea cozy.
No, but you understand, like, to
you
me,
nailed the tea cozy. It is not.
I mean, Beansy, what would happen here if the LGBT community started going from town to town and being this extreme as they are in America?
Some
It
places
would
would be accepted. Some places it would actually get someone get their ass beaten.
Dude, it'd be like, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Like, we're very relaxed, chilled out people and stuff like that. But the second you start trying to interfere with our kids' lives, that's something else. That's not going to happen. That's going to get your ass beat. That's going to get
such
you
a different
charged.
story. It's like I'm scared it's going to turn into Epstein Island. Like,
Yeah. Well, there's a man that recently.
So creepy. He's just changing laws. Like there's a lot of laws getting changed underhandedly. You don't hear in the news.
Did you see that news footage? I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't researched it yet. I just recently saw it. This guy presented at court as a female because he knew if he went to jail in the male jail, what would happen to him for what he was charged with, child abuse. I'll put it like that. So just as a female, and he was put in a female jail and he got somebody pregnant.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, lovely.
And I'm like, what the fuck is the world coming to? Okay, if we're having gender neutral jails, okay, we need a gender neutral jail then. Let them all go in there and may the fittest survive, sort of thing. You know, I'm done. I'm just not doing this no more. I was trying to listen to these people's points of view. But I was just sitting there going, but what's your basis for this belief? Please explain. And they could not convince me. And I said, okay, what is a woman? And that was a very interesting reply. Anyone that has femininity in them, that likes the finer things. Do you know what I mean? They were just bullshitting me. And I was like, dude, I'm going to call it like I see it, and I call bullshit.
Well, if you go down to the scientific definitions, the ones that I follow, a woman by definition of a sex is someone with an X and a Y chromosome. A male
Even
is someone
wanted to beat her up.
Yeah. No, but that's the aspect. If you ask in the aspect of what someone's sex is, that's based entirely on your chromosomal makeup. You're either XY a male or XX or a female, or you're an intersex if you're not either of those.
Yeah, I had
Gender,
an intersex friend.
Yeah,
I have an intersex friend, so I totally get that struggle as well. Because they raised her as a he, but turns out that she's got more female chromosomes than male chromosomes.
No, I just was
she
always
had sort of a bit of each genitalia, but she got that fixed. Like, and
then
she's
you go to, but then you go to the definition of what gender is. Speaking from a scientific and a biological imperative, your secondary sexual characteristics define your gender.
Yep. And I get into trouble because I speak on it. Like, I've got no problems backing down from it. But there's an interesting conversation going on my panel the other night. Are they born like that? Or is it nurturing them like that? But a comedian dude I know that was on
No,
Joe
that
Rogan.
is a
Turns around and he goes,
national huge
no,
debate.
Joe Rogan's
That is
mate
an
does it like
important
this.
topic.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but Joe Rogan's mate did this, right? He turns around and he goes, mate, this new generation don't know fucking squat. Back in the 70s, we got a thermometer up our ass. That's
Yeah.
probably where they got most of their their buzz from, and they decided that's the gender they want to fuck. And I was sitting there just looking at this, and I fell off my chair laughing because he delivered it way better than me. But it was funny because it was just kind of like, dude, this new generation, they don't know shit. They've never had to work hard for anything in their lives. They've never had to get their hands dirty. You know, their parents
Yeah,
were
that's
raised
true.
with Dr. Phil telling them, don't put hands on your children. Sit there and talk to them. How well's that worked out? Like, my daughter got attitude one day and got into my face, and I looked at her and I went, okay, I've never hit you, correct? She said, no. I said, that's about to change if you don't get out my face. And she just looked at me, and I said, look my body language up and down. See what will happen, because you're the same size as me, and you're trying to fight me.
No,
That is not a smart idea.
my mom never hit me, but man, she would one day she
I changed the Wi-Fi passwords. I do all that sort of shit.
and I was like, oh, I crossed the line.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's like
Mom.
change the Wi-Fi password, you know, and just when I grounded my kids, I really grounded them. Like, there was no TV, there was no phones, there was no nothing. They had to make do. They went out the back a lot. They got dirty. They rolled down fucking hills and tires. They climbed trees. Do you know what I mean? I grounded them back to what's important in life. And like my kids weren't talk. Like, I couldn't find my kids one day, so I just changed the Wi-Fi password. They all came running, and they were like, I've got two, but like I always, like, my nephews and nieces were always staying with me because their parents were kind of fucked up. Their mothers were. But yeah, they'd come and hang out and stuff like that. But they weren't, the cousins and stuff weren't bothered by the Wi-Fi password change. But my two, they were. And their cousins turned around and go, Arnie's not the one for your bullshit. She brought you into this world. She'll take you out of it. And I'm just sitting there so proud that I'd raised my nieces and nephews to that level. But my kids got it. They got, oh shit, we do something wrong, we're getting punished. Do you know what I mean? That is how real world works. But this day and age, they do something wrong and they hide behind this whole movement and cry like it's not fair. You're all a transphobic and homophobic and this phobic and that phobic. I'm sorry, but what? I'm sorry, I'm talking too much.
It's just that they haven't understood the idea of the lack of consequences and the lack of responsibility.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Hello, baby. Oh, to you too. What? You want a cookie? Yes, you want a cookie? Sorry. He's a bit of fun stuff. But like, there's consequences. And that's something that I ingrained in my children. There are consequences and reality too. Like, they both got jobs, and I sat them down and I went, okay, what are we going to do here? Now, I didn't ask them for anything. I said, okay, now you got jobs. Are we going to put this away, that away, you know, just for in your future, and do your schooling, do good, you know, but if the job interferes with your school, that's it. No more jobs. And they understood that, and they started paying me board. I didn't ask them for it. And I put it into separate accounts with their passwords and everything like that. When they hit 18, I gave it to them and I said, this is how much money you've saved. Now you can either continue putting money in there, spend it all frivolously, and have nothing. I said, just be wise. And they were. I'm totally useless with money, seriously.
Good Mama Bear.
But I got called out for that on here because
that's such a
apparently
cool
child
idea.
abuse.
That's
that's
such a
child
cool
abuse.
idea.
It's child abuse, apparently. I've never asked my kids for nothing, mate, and I've got receipts on everything I bought them, and I went, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who does that? Like, my kids are my kids, mate, and like, this woman actually puts her kids on to defend her being a good mother on YouTube.
You don't need to. Like, I can. You
you radiate
good energy. you.
This person came up to me on my panel and started mouthing off. And I went, okay, it's as simple as this, mate. You've got me confused completely with somebody who gives a fuck what you think about me. And he got so mad, he just started screaming. And I was like, see, you don't have the social skills. I'm retarded. I've got autism. I don't get social cues at all. I talk too much. I talk over people. Not on purpose. It's just I get nervous, so I talk. So this dude decided it was a good idea to start screaming at me. And I went, muted him, and he didn't even notice I'd muted him. And I just went, see what I mean? They cannot take anything that's not the way that they want it to go.
They can take a dick, but they can't take a joke.
Yeah, exactly. I said that to somebody once and they got me hit. Right up backside the head. It's like, bruh. But when I speak, can you tell I'm female?
Yeah.
Their go-to is you're a male.
Me?
No, their go-to. Like, the opposition's go-to is, oh, she's actually trans and she's just the worst kind of transphobic because she's trans. And I'm like, pardon? No. Why? Because I can handle myself and I do what I want to do whenever the fuck I want to do it. That's called being an adult.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck
you
what these
sound
people.
so much like me. Just
Yeah,
with
it's
an
like, do you give a
Australian
fuck?
accent.
Do you, honest to God, think that you like? I don't get why they think that we give a fuck what they think about us.
Because everything
Unless-
that they say and everything they express is the most important and groundbreaking thing that ever has been said onto this planet.
Yeah,
But it's not. It just, like, I don't know. Like, it's been recycled through history so many times.
yeah.
I took costumes. I took history. Like, that's what
It's
I did.
all like
in
rinse,
university.
repeat. It's
Yeah.
like wash, rinse, repeat. And it's just like, have you not learned anything? This is not going to go well for you because the people will revolt and you're not going to like the response. We're not holding you down. We don't give a fuck. Just leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. Simple. Don't try to terrorize me into thinking that I have to bow down to everything you say and everything you believe. It's not going to happen.
I just want kids protected.
That's what I
You
mean.
know,
Like, what
like,
place
it's
does
not
a
too
flag
much
that
to ask.
represents? But what place does a flag that represents sexuality belong in a minor's school? Underage kids' school. What purpose is that?
I was thinking that today because there's like all rainbow flags, but there's no Canadian flags.
Yeah, but there's also pedophile flags that are flowing around the place, and you can't touch them now because they're protected by this act that's been put in place. So they're a protected species, basically. You can't, you can't tie them up in a basement after you've beaten them, and then set fire to the building just to hear them scream. That's a no-no. Just so you know, we're against that here. But yeah. I have a really dark side. That's the other thing people don't get. It's like they go, holy shit. And I go, look, the simple thing is I don't hide my dark side. I don't.
Must not say it. Must not say it.
If I see,
Yeah.
no, you can say whatever you want, mate. But if I see a person abusing a child, guess what? I'm gonna
Oh yeah,
act
like I
accordingly.
said, I come in like a mama bear.
Yeah, you're the one that admitted to your dark side by saying that your father was part Maori.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's the other thing. Like, they called me racist, and I burst out fucking laughing at their faces. And they got mad, and I went, my dad was Aboriginal Maori, my mum was Scottish Irish. Scottish Irish may have won out, but I've got that blood in me, so try me on that. And all of my friends, and guess what? The people that were in this
You
trans
actually
chat,
sound Aboriginal. Like I can hear it in
Yeah.
your voice.
these people, right, actually
Like you're
tried-
Australian, but I can hear that
Yeah.
side in you. Like I know, I
I've
know.
got
about it.
that. Yeah, I grew up with them, so I've kind of got that tendency. But he's like gone after me on this basis, right? And I've just disproved him again. I said, "See, you just got disproven again." And then he's gone off, and I've gone, "No, the thing that I have a problem with you is that you're immature. You've obviously never had a mum or a dad tell you no. and you chuck a tantrum when it doesn't go your way. Now, people in this gay chat actually came over to my panel after that and agreed with everything I'd said. They lost a shitload of followings that night. And I was on my other channel, and it's just like, dude, it's as simple as this. I will always speak for what's right, not what's popular. It's how my dad raised me. You do what's right over what's popular. Is that wrong of me to sit there and go, I'm sorry, but guess what? I'm going to challenge you on this. Because it is.
Dumb ideas are dumb ideas.
And like I repeated to him, I can't argue with stupid. My daddy taught me that that's just a pointless exercise. And again, he started screaming on his own panel and kicked me and called me transphobic, racist, and homophobic, and this, that, the other. And I've just gone, I'm going to go over to my panel now. Everybody's welcome over there. I'm not about to jump your throats for the shit you say unless it's wrong. And then they all came over to that panel. And they went, no, you were making sense. It's true. Like, why do they think that they get special treatment because of they want to fuck the same sex? What, do we do a ticker tape parade when we get laid? What the fuck?
Oh, maybe we should.
No, that was going to be my next plot. Shush. We think too much alike.
In my case, it would be an event, but yeah.
Every time we get laid,
No
we
way.
have to put it out there on that channel. No
one's
okay,
getting laid.
Crypto, you and me, we're just going to put it out there all the time and go celebrate heterosexuality and do a ticker tape parade and just, get our mates together and just turn into a hetero parade, and that will fuck so many of them up.
Hey, I'm queer, but damn, I love the sausage. And I just think all of this rainbow stuff, like all of the I
don't care. That's
it's gone too far, and we need to start pulling it back. Like, it just some of the stuff I've seen last year, I was like, this isn't what I was fighting for with equality.
Same with feminism.
Yeah, same. I totally agree. Totally agree.
Right to vote, not right to be a slut, out and out.
Yeah, exactly.
They demean what our ancestors have fought for. Our ancestors fought for the right to vote, the right to be able to go out unchaperoned, the right to say, no, I don't want to marry. These
the
equal rights in a marriage. Do you know what I mean? And little uneducated fucks run around and go, I'm a feminist, so therefore you can't judge me. And if you do, I'm a protected group, so I'm going to sue you. Do you know what I mean? It's just gone too far.
It's like, go fuck yourself. Like, I went through work with the worst menstrual cramps the other day, not to be graphic, but I was literally...
No, we're grown-ass adult women. We do what we got to do.
That's what a woman is.
You did what you had to do. They would have crawled in sick and cried for a week.
Yeah. Hey, when you like trans boys who are like, do we really want the experience?
Yeah.
Kick yourself with a horse for 6 hours while you're doing your job and have fun.
This guy got a little bent out of shape when I turned around and I said, see, you're the reason that there's a worldwide shortage of tampons, dude. You're a pussy. He got so fucking mad. Like, he went off. And that Dylan Blaine, whatever the fuck his name is, Dylan something or another, he's gone too far.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
I'm not sure. No.
He walks around and he goes, oh, I've got my period because I got cramps.
Oh,
and I go,
yeah.
Take a shit. The difference is you need to take a shit. It's a commercial entity now. It's no longer what like the same with feminist movement. It is a commercialized version, and they're running with it because it does get clicks, views, fucking money. It does all that for them, and people validate them by doing that, and that is wrong. Because can you imagine when these people start procreating? The world's fucked. They
The
don't know
upside
how to
is a lot of them. The upside is
Yeah.
a lot of them never will.
Yeah, that Dylan dude, mate, he literally gets paid to go on holidays and shit. And he was bawling. He goes, I'm dressed as a woman and they'll notice and I'm in Mexico and they're going to, But he's got bouncers all the way around him. Don't even he's got security everywhere. That's why he's allowed, he likes being so outlandish because it does get people like me riled up. But Blair White, for instance, I don't know if you know her. She was a dude. I had no problem with this chick at all because she's a chick to me. She dresses like a female. She's gone. She's never going to biologically be a female. I know that, but I'm going to respect that. That's her choice.
Her
She
gender is
actually put
female,
him on,
but her
and
sex is
this
male.
guy needs to be. But she actually went. This guy needs to be arrested because that's child abuse. Because he was forcing his opinion on some young kids. My cousins, and then I was sitting there going, that is sexual abuse. Physical, emotional abuse. And I was just sitting there and I was just I was on the verge of tears because I'm just thinking, these poor kids. But he got away with it because he hid behind his little act and they can't touch him. Because they said it was on the verge of being that, but it wasn't quite that because there was a lot of people that rung in. Do you know what I mean? There's limits to the bullshit I'll take. If it's just people generally bullshitting, I don't give a fuck. But when they start trying to push their views and how do you put it? I'm not very good with words. Their agenda, that's the word, sorry. Their agenda onto us. And we just are supposed to just be non-combative about it. I don't know if non-combative is not the right word. Help me here. I'm not very good with words.
Non-confrontational.
That's the one. Thank you. Because seriously, I'm occasionally going to need you to help me out because my brain just freezes.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, and then I got screamed at and said, "You're autistic. What would you know?" And I'm like, bruh, I grew up in an environment with 8 older brothers and a dad who raised me to give zero fucks that I was autistic. Guess what it did for me? It toughened me the fuck up and I can handle myself.
Well, I've got some murder spaghettis that need to be fed because...
Okay, sweetheart. But come, just mute yourself and come back if we're still on.
It takes me about an hour and a half to do it. I've linked my Discord in the private chat if you guys want to jump on there.
Yeah. I'm just
So-
trying to get I'm not on my phone, so
It's all right. I've got it. And yeah, I'll drop mine
if
so that
if I can't get connected to you within a day, Rex will connect to you.
No, what I've actually linked is actually...
because
my Discord
I
channel.
know I can track down what you're looking for. I
yeah,
know
what is it? What is it? An SE what?
A Betamax.
Betamax. Okay, I'll out in the country, mate. People have still got those. Is it one of those? Old
If you're closer, if you know anyone who has one.
No, all I'm going to do is just ask around, leave it at that, and they'll let me know if they find one or have one.
Nice.
But
in the 1970s,
you've got more success rate, is what I'm saying. Me, I'm in the country, but I will put it out with my friends on Facebook and whatnot.